So No Hard Feelings was a movie that I had pretty hard feelings for before I saw the movie. I really wasn't interested in it at all. I thought that, it could be cool. It kind of gave like some of those vibes where it was some of those like older like Adam McKay movies from back in the day, your Step Brothers, your Step Parent, I forget the name of the other ones. But the long and short of it is it felt like it was going to be a comedy from a bygone era. So I was a little trepidatious about watching it because of that. This was another movie that came out in June that I didn't happen to see because, like we talked about before, June was pretty damn jam-packed. I actually did watch this 2 weeks ago along with Nomona, and I have to tell you, I was pretty impressed. This movie is funny as hell, and it's funny for a lot of damn reasons. So essentially, the whole synopsis of the movie, the whole premise of the movie is these rich, well-off parents are afraid of their son's ability to socially interact with girls and different people as he moves off into college. So they want to get him laid by an older woman who's of age, of course. There's no statutory going on here. So they hire Jennifer Lawrence, who is in a lot of like legal trouble. So she needs a car because her car got just impounded. So she needs some way to get around. She lives on an island in Hawaii. So yeah, she needs to drive. Because of that, she agrees to go on dates with this boy and try to take his virginity, to remove the vegetation from his soul, right? But it's not an easy task because the young boy is not good on picking up on cues. He every sexual advance that comes up, he's like, hey. She's like, hold on. She's like, hey, you want me to release your turtle? It's like, wait, why would I want you to release a turtle? We keep turtles here in case people want to adopt them. It was actually a dog pound. So yeah, so she basically tried to come on him, to come onto him at every turn, and he was just missing it. And when he wasn't missing it, he was actively acting like he didn't know what she was talking about to avoid it, because he was just afraid of that kind of social interaction. And becomes a really sweet story about why we do the things we do. He challenges her on why she sleeps with people and that she doesn't like, and her idea of romance and things of that nature. She challenges him on judging people before he actually like really gets to know them, and actually like opening himself up to people, and not being afraid of just interacting with people. She tries to give him that confidence and also like encourage him to use the talents that he has, because he's a brilliant piano player and singer. So those are just different ways in which they, through this relationship, try to grow one another without even knowing it some of the time. The most important part of this comedy is the fact that it's really freaking funny. Some of the scenes, especially in the college dorm, where she goes to go pick him up, spoiler free by the way, she goes to go pick him up or go see him after they have their little rom-com spat. It's funny as hell because all these like Gen Z, Gen X kids, I think it's Gen X or Gen Z kids, try to like come at her neck and calling her old because she's quite literally like 32 or like 33 or something like that. Jesus Cristo's age. No, I think that she's 32. And they're like, why is this old woman at this party? And it made me feel old because I'm 33 and I'm like, yo, why y'all coming at the young girl like this? But at the same time, yeah, F them kids. Yeah, the movie's really funny. It has a lot of heart to it. It does harken back, like I was thinking, back to those old comedies from the Adam McKay days, the like I said, Knocked Up, and yeah. So yeah, this movie is a lot of fun. Highly recommend seeing it. It's worth your time. It has a good couple messages in it, and on top of that, you get to see Jennifer Lawrence, who's always a good person to enjoy in the movie because she's a fantastic performer. Yeah, so that's my 2023 Ketchup Reviews. Typically short. Don't want to belabor the point. I highly recommend it. So what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Let's talk about it. What did you guys like about this particular movie? Let's get to the comments real quick. And yeah, the highlight of this movie was the kids singing Maneater. Yeah, so the Maneater thing, right? The Maneater thing was dope because that was the point where she kind of recognized, oh, yeah, using this kid is wrong. Using this kid for my personal gain is wrong, even though, I'm kind of sick and tired of these people coming to the island and, abusing it and using it and kicking people like us out by raising the property value and making it difficult for us. She also learned that, like, using him, this kid who did nothing to her, was also just as wrong. Probably not just as wrong because, F gentrification, hate it. But yeah, so it was and his performance was amazing. I wonder if he can actually really do that in like real life, or that was just for the movie. I thought this whole kid was awkward. It was off-putting. While watching this movie, I thought he had the mannerisms of a budding serial killer. Fun fact, did you know that the post of the car thing is actually based on a true story where Lawrence and the director found on Craigslist? I did not know that. That's actually really interesting. It's funny where inspiration like that comes from. The wiener. The wiener. Yeah, so she goes to the dog pound and she's trying to seduce him, and he's holding a little wiener, a little dog, a little chihuahua looking dog. It might have just been a wiener. He's like, hey, mind if I touch your wiener? Hey, mind if I touch your wiener? And he's like, you want to pet him? The dog? So, yeah, it's hilarious. It's so funny. I almost skipped T's John. J-Law was great in this movie, and I'm so glad that the movie ended the way it did. It felt like a natural ending instead of a forced rom-com ending. I totally agree, because there's not that there's no way that these two should end up together, but at the same time, in a regular rom-com, they would have ended up together, even though there's like a 12-year gap between the two of them. And I just that would have been weird. I mean, I'm not, if you're with someone who's 12 years older than you, you guys are legal consenting age, you guys aren't doing anything weird, you're not in a cult, no one's being forced to do anything, do your thing. But I would have found it weird if the movie would have ended with them being together, especially with him going off to college, where he's probably going to meet girls like around his age who have a better understanding of what he's going through in his current age as a participant or a member of the Gen Z tribe, right? So I thought that, yeah, I agree. Jason also loved the ending. What's up, Kenny? I like No Hard Feelings. Had the whole theater laughing. Yeah, it is funny. I wish I would have saw it in the theater instead of waiting until December, but yeah, it was a good time. Man, I love No Hard Feelings. It's so funny. I agree. I've not seen this movie yet. Hey man, check it out. It's on the Netflix, I believe. Is it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix. The beach scene was hilarious. The beach scene was funny as hell. She chasing boys down, beat their ass, all while being naked.